RabSoPetty. Yo, what it do, man? It's your boy Bodine.
And I'm Haiku.
And you are now tuning into STL versus Everybody.
We are back.
Radio.
My bad, I ain't cut you off. Man, we had a little out of practice. This is the first show back in the station.
He's out of practice.
In the same room. Bo be out here doing a million other things.
I stay great. Yeah, we got a special guest tonight, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let you do the honors and introduce me.
Oh, because yeah, this is the bro right here. This is
Yes, sir.
Twitter, Instagram, goes by RabSoPetty. Some of y'all simply know him as Rab. Some of y'all say the full RabSoPetty because he is that petty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How y'all doing tonight?
Good, bro. You
Definitely glad to be here. I appreciate y'all for having me. I definitely appreciate it.
Definitely glad to have you, man. This was a long time coming.
Oh yeah, for sure.
First and foremost, bro, I want to thank you and tell you how proud I am of you for how you stepped up during the protests and everything that was going on locally with the care packages and everything. You had the trap booming.
Hey, I'll be honest. I definitely.
I appreciate you for even just appreciating because you, especially you and everybody I know around you, that's y'all thing, 100%. Like y'all out there, y'all in the streets, y'all protesting, y'all doing y'all thing. I know it's not for me, but I know we all got a little piece in we're all a cog in the machine.
Yeah.
So it ends up being I want to make sure I did what I could.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all we asked for, man. Like everybody, and not saying that you're not built for it, because I know you are for the front line. If you needed to be there, you somebody I would look over and be like, yeah. But there's people who are obviously not meant to be in certain positions, and it doesn't mean do nothing.
Yeah.
So just do something. There's so many things that you can do. There are people who make phone calls, write letters, man. It's so many things that you can do without having to actually be out there in harm's way. So man,
Even donating, I realized like just the donation thing. I had so many donations I could keep bringing up, and even right now, even with the protests, because there's still protests happening. They just because the media isn't pushing it super hard, people think the protests aren't happening anymore. Like, they're still going on. So it's like I still got care packages for days in the house that people will slide by and be like, "Hey, let me just grab like a few bags," and then they'll get right back out.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm gonna continue to do my part. People just do whatever they can. Even if you send like $5 because it's all you got, it's still something.
Something. Yeah, it all adds up.
Would you rather tell your kids you sat and just did nothing, or
You tried to do something.
I'd rather tell my kids I work my ass off to try to
Go, man.
Yeah,
Shame. Part of history, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have a count of how many care packages you actually
How many
Lifetime.
we made? Yes, thus far I count them by Ziploc bags. The amount of Ziploc bags I buy, we ripped like maybe 2 out of all that I bought.
So altogether we had about 3,200. We got about 3,200 care packages.
That's work.
Every like shopping bag we had between like 5 and 8 in them. So a lot of times I would send people off. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna give you like 200 care packages really quick.
Yeah.
Go wherever you need to go.
Yeah.
So I toss as many bags as I need to and just go about it. But it was a lot. It took a whole day to just stack up all them care packages.
Yeah.
We had fun doing it, but it was worth everything. Everything was worth it.
Yeah.
Go wherever you need to go. So I toss as many bags as I need to and then just go about it.
So yeah, man, add that to the long list of things on your resume. So let's go down that resume for the people who might not be familiar with you. We got
this man.
Santa Claus.
Oh man, it's a lot, man. We'll add that to it. So most people know me as a photographer because I've been doing photography about 6-7 years, and then videographer got added. It's always been a thing because I always want to be like a film director type deal. So it's always been a thing, the videography part, and then now promoter, marketing strategist, you could say, marketing, damn near A&R manager, all types of stuff. Anything to move stuff forward. I was told at a young age every millionaire has about 10 plus business avenues to keep money coming in. And I need 20 then, because I need a few mil. So, yeah, just gonna keep it going.
Maybe even a billion.
Maybe even a billion. I'll take whatever. I'll keep doing it.
So, who are some of the artists that you work with, bro?
So, you got I've worked with Coop. I've done videos with Coop. I did videos with
He did Leave Your Samurai.
Yeah, Leave Your Samurai. I actually talk about that in a second. I actually started working with Major. He's Phil Asset's son. I was working with him for a little bit. I did like 2-3 videos for him. My boy Tomo, obviously been managing and doing everything for Tomo for a minute. Retro Champ, my boys, everybody in LTL.
Yo, hold on, wait a minute.
Rock
This
Champ.
dude had Jerry the King Lawler giving him a shout out on his promo video for his tape.
Yeah.
That's
Legendary.
That's legendary.
It was super dope.
He's
Just putting that together.
We're trying to tell him he raw.
Hey, and
He's
then
starting to feel it now. He's starting to feel it.
And then Nando STL, obviously.
Shout out
Do a
Nando.
lot for Nando in the background, in the front lines, whatever, all that. And then recently added my boy Jay Alzier. He is a workaholic. Yes, he's a workaholic. Super into like anime, shit like that.
Okay.
Even his
Okay.
tag is like, Naruto like thing.
Yeah.
It's super dope. Again, a lot of dope people, and it's starting to add on even more because more people are starting to see stuff. So it's like they'll start hitting me up. I'll be working with Vince Sega soon, a few other people, plenty of people.
I was just talking to Vince earlier today. He was trying to get on the show. You know,
For sure.
August. So shout out to Vince.
Yeah, you probably mad because I've been trying to hit some deadlines, so I'm missing his messages right now. But I'm about to hit him up right after we done with this.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
That's the Hollywood talk.
Hit
you up, bro?
For real. It ends up being you get busy. You start getting busy,
Oh,
man.
bro.
You gotta catch up.
Yeah.
You definitely gotta catch up. I got a lot of shit to catch up on now.
Yeah, man. Now that things are starting to cool down a little bit, I see that Nando's show that you behind, that's back in the works.
Oh yeah, so it's supposed to be in May. It's supposed to be May 23rd. It was kind of out of timeline when shit was going crazy. Like start of the year. We come into it. You got the Slum Award nominee stuff. Nando is the 5 awards, which me being part of Nando's team per se, since we work together all the fucking time. We were psyched about that. We start going. The Slumfest Awards happen. We announced the show. Once the show gets announced, we start selling tickets like that.
Yeah.
They just start selling because he hot. He on fire right now. And then we flip around and what happened? Oh, he's about to drop Bamboo in March. So February to March. And then we have the listening party.
Oh wait, pause right quick.
Yeah.
Bamboo cover.
Bamboo.
I said Bamboo.
Wow.
Bamboo.
Yeah, Bamboo cover did the Bamboo cover.
That's that guy.
And any ads you saw for Bamboo definitely did those.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that in a second. We did the Bamboo listening party, which I went ahead. I planned all that out for him.
Yeah.
So that could go smooth. Hit up all the press in the area and stuff, so we could have them in there. COVID started popping up around the time of the listening party. So it's like there was a lot of people who couldn't make it because they were like, we starting to chill out.
Yeah.
We might not come out. There's been a lot of news about the COVID shit. Bamboo drops. The entire world shuts down.
Yeah.
Like first week, they start locking everything down. Like New York and everything. It starts dwindling over here. And we're about to ride that whole wave until May. But it's like, we have even more time now. And I think a lot of people, when they have shows, we've been prepping for the show for damn near like 8-9 months. So it ends up being, it's even more now. Because it's like, we added 3 more months on top of that. So we've been damn near doing this for a year.
Yeah.
So when I say #1 show to be at this year, hands down.
Yeah.
And not even just speaking locally. I'm talking just in general, just show-wise.
What's the new date?
August 22nd. That's Saturday, August 22nd. We open up and we open doors at 7. You want to be there from start to finish. Don't miss one act. We got some great acts there actually.
Who that?
So Blake Harrington, the violin player that was on outside and part of the org with Nando, he has started his own group. It's called Concert Black. It's literally just orchestra on trap beats. It's probably the most fire shit you'll ever hear in your life.
They got some work out?
It's not out yet.
Okay.
They dropping right before we get into. They should be dropping either before or right after the concert.
Okay.
But they'll be the first openers we have. One of the first openers we have. We got Strings EMB, which Strings is a killer when it comes to R&B.
Yeah.
In his R&B hip hop type of feel.
Yeah.
Then we got BB, Brianna Brown, which she's super fucking dope R&B wise. She is
sounds soulful.
Yeah, super soulful. She's super soulful. We grabbed her, Tomo as
Shout
shout out Tomo again. Full band now, so he's coming crazy. Everybody here literally has a full band. And then Nando, we're keeping it small. We want to make the show from start to finish just something to be worth being in. I feel like we oversaturate a lot of stuff. I've talked about it a million times. I've gotten in trouble for it, whatever. I don't want to oversaturate anything. I want to make it something a fan experience.
Yeah.
I want you to come in and be like, damn, when's the next fucking show? Hands down.
That's
from start to
one
finish.
thing that we talk about a lot on this show. It's like people oversaturate, you know what I'm saying, their shows. They have too many people on, you know, one show.
Yeah.
And it
And
just
ain't
makes
even a smooth transition.
it like makes people it makes people now want to, you know what I'm saying, stay for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then everybody gets 10, 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So everybody gets like 10, 15 minutes, and then the main act doesn't go on to like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Exactly.
On a Thursday.
Yeah, on a Thursday, in the middle of the week,
Yeah.
I gotta work tomorrow, and then you get there, and it's like, we like to push the whole, what is it? People need to stay for other acts thing. It ends up being a lot of these acts don't be worth staying in, and it's like, I shouldn't go to every show, and I've been paying to go to shows for years now, since I was like 18. Like I've been paying to go to these shows, and it's like you get there, and I'm like, okay, it feels like an open mic. I never want a show that I put on to feel like an open mic. It feels like we have so many open mics here. And honestly, Rabu should be one of the only people doing open mics out here. And then the odds when Frost do it, it's like, don't let every show y'all have be an open mic. Let it be something you thought out,
That's a
put
brand.
together. Yeah.
It don't need to be overcrowded.
And it just seemed like everything an open mic. And it's just like, a lot of times, even
weekly too.
that every week we have 27 people on the show. Actually, let me make this disclaimer real quick, because I'll end up not getting in trouble. What ends up happening is I'm speaking my truth regardless, because you know me, I don't care.
Yeah.
So it ends up being, for some reason, me, Nando and CL. Nando is my boy. That is my brother. I rock with him the hardest. That's my boy. For some reason, people like to slide in his DMs and like snitch on me.
Yeah.
And that hasn't changed anything. So I just want a disclaimer. If I say anything that because I know a lot of people throw on the shoe and just wear it the moment I say something. If it does hurt, hit my inbox. I'm probably not gonna respond because I don't care. But stop. I gotta look at his DMs too, because we gotta do business. It's like, I'm not, say it to me. But anyway, about the shows and everything, I just feel like we end up having 30 people on a card that aren't, 9 times out of 10, aren't prepared. The DJs are getting music last minute. And then even when they get them, they gotta have a specific format. And they can't take it any other way. The artists don't have it right. We gotta play it off the phone. We gotta do this and that. And if I paid my hard-earned money, let's say I went to a Drake concert. Drake concert tickets are like $400.
PS4s.
$400.
Yeah.
And I get there, and he's playing this shit off a fucking aux cord.
Talking to the DJ like, start it at 30 seconds.
Exactly.
Go back a little bit.
we're not giving. A lot of times artists don't get sound checks. They don't. And
We gotta start holding people accountable.
we gotta hold people accountable. Promoters need to do better. Artists need to do better.
Yeah. It's the whole operation.
Whole operation.
Yeah. Let's go back a little bit and give some people some context. So when you talk about some of the flack that you get, you guys have a show as well that you guys do a podcast.
100%.
Let's talk about that.
LTL. Let's Talk was recently Let's Talk Local turned into Let's Talk Live. We started it a couple months ago now.
So that's you, Nando.
Me, Nando, Tomo Retro. Talk about just music in general, like the business of music, the emotional aspects of music, everything that has to do with the music business, because we plan on going forward, and it ends up being somebody has to show that journey and have some type of knowledge and give it out.
Yeah.
And I 100% think so. So with that, it ends up being, especially I know for me, I can't speak for anybody else, I speak my mind, because if I'm saying it, it's a logical reason I'm saying it.
Yeah.
And what happens is you rip the Band-Aid off and people act like it's fucking duct tape. And they start screaming and they start hollering and they start doing all this and that, when in our reality, you were probably a problem to begin with.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we won't point it out. And I think what I've learned in this very minuscule amount of time I've been serious in this music industry we have out here, which music industry, give or take, however you want to call it, because we're not really we're not really as far as we could even possibly be. We like to blame a lot of people for shit that has nothing to do with anybody but ourselves, and that's a huge problem. And I see it in St. Louis because I'm here, obviously. But a lot of times, even just looking at like other things, like everybody likes to Atlanta this, Atlanta this, Atlanta that, Atlanta this, Atlanta that, all fucking day.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're not out here just blaming everybody but themselves for everything they do. So what'll happen is, I'll say this, a lot of artists blame the city not loving them, or city not showing them no support for them not being pushed.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, your demographic might not even be St. Louis.
Yeah.
Just honestly, your demographic might be Atlanta and LA.
Yeah.
I even say this, Bryson Tiller didn't pop in Louisville first, he popped in LA first. And then it swung back around after Timberland hit him up, and he started getting beats, dropped Trap Soul, got his little deal, whatever. Louisville started fucking with him. They weren't fucking with him before. It ends up being your demographic might not be here. Your demographic might not be at home. Damn near Nelly demographic wasn't here. Like, why are we blaming us for that? A lot of times.
Just said they blame Nelly.
There people know how I feel about the Nelly thing. Some people do. I feel like we like to point fingers because we're not doing shit ourselves. Like even with me this year, and again, minuscule amount of time I've been in here, I'm like, I'm sitting there learning the algorithms on streams, learning how to market in different demographics, this and that. People don't even market their music. They tag 200 niggas on Facebook and say, stream out. Yeah, check me out.
Yeah.
And it's like,
They feel like it's our responsibility to promote them.
yeah.
Like, it's like you tagging us because you think we're your street team.
Yeah, no, it's
It's
not
not doing the work for you.
It's not. It's not in the slightest. So it ends up being that type of stuff will be said and people will just clown about it because it's like, I'm gonna just say it. A lot of people out here don't work. They're not hard workers.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of the music scene just in St. Louis in general, and then they'll blame everybody else for them not working.
Yeah.
I work my ass off for the shit I do. Even in this past year, it's been a lot of shit that's just upgraded and keeps upgrading. It's like, I'm gonna keep upgrading. If y'all wanna sit there and blame everybody and be like, oh, it's y'all fault, y'all don't really fuck with me, this and that. You're not putting money into yourself. You should put the same amount of money you put into promoting your shit as you do putting it together.
Appearance,
People don't do that.
wardrobe,
All that,
other
yeah,
things.
especially all that.
I mean,
It's
If
all
you don't mind
about-
me asking, this your primary income. This is for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. I do this. Like literally this. I do album covers, photography, videos. I'm gonna start doing the marketing thing, which actually, I know a lot of marketing is a huge thing and brand building is a huge thing with music because people don't realize it's a brand.
That's the majority.
Like it's literally a brand.
Yeah.
Like even with Bo having the braids today.
With the Frodora, what? You got some Fro Nation Frodoras?
I'm gonna say what I was told earlier. Bo couldn't have waves. You can't have Bo with waves.
Nah,
that takes the brand away.
Yeah, because his hair is a wrap.
Yeah, it just ends up being everybody has their brand. It's like my boy Tomo with the Timbs. He got like 8 pairs of Timbs in the house because that's his brand thing. Everybody has those things where you'll say, if they lost them, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
So it's like people don't honestly focus on their brand. They focus on everything outside of it. Y'all don't like my brand. Who likes your brand?
Focus on that. Yeah.
And a lot of times, if people don't like your brand, it might not be for you. I wanted to rap when I was 12. I don't rap anymore. I hop on people tracks every now and then, but I don't. It's so many other things. If you love music, it's 1,000,001 things to do in music.
It's pretty much like with the protest. You don't gotta just be on the front line. You can, you know what I'm saying?
Role players.
Do different things. Call up the, you know what I'm saying, the police station, or you know what I'm saying, donate, the bags and shit for people. It's hella shit.
You can hit me up. You can pack bags. It's 1,000,001 things.
I would say, if anything, I would want to be a rap because that's where the money is. So many rappers now. No wonder you making album covers every 10 minutes and shooting videos every weekend, and you know what I'm saying? It's so much work because it's so many rappers. We don't need all y'all, to be honest.
We don't. It's overshadowed.
Especially not the good ones.
It's
facts.
and it's like it just overshadows even the good ones. I don't even say that. I feel like it gets wet. It's known between fans because again, the artists are gonna be mad and emotional about stuff, which is the weirdest thing. I don't understand it. I'm not an artist, so I don't get it.
Yeah.
Any other avenue of business I do is not emotional. We logical, we do business, that's it. It's so much emotion in the STL music scene, it scares me. Because what will happen is, like I'll say even this, me doing business, photographer. I think Rob Cannon is hands down one of the dopest photographers in this city. Hands down. Or you got people who got accolades like King Yella, who did like the Boosie Superbad album cover. Yeah. Like, you got people with full accolades. Like, they kill shit. They're known in the city, this, and that. I've literally DM'd both of them and been like, bro, what you use for this shoot? And they ran down everything for me. And I'm like, all right, that's dope. You ask anybody what you did for anything in your music video or like on your song or like anything. Where'd you go to? What studio you go to? And they real quick to be like, no, bro, you know I ain't giving that information not for free.
Not for free.
Not for free.
Yeah.
And it's like, you ain't make no money off of that.
Right.
Like,
I was me and Calvin just did a shoot today, and we were talking about how artists don't tag him in videos that he shot. Like he said, man, I'll scroll down Instagram and see hella work that I did, and people don't tag me.
Never tag.
And he actually shares shit. It's videographers who don't. They shoot it and that's it. He actually shares the shit.
I've worked with hella videographers. Calvin and B Stuff Films were the only two. I ain't throwing shade.
Yeah.
The only two who would hit me up and, share ideas. Like, hey, man, I got an idea, you know what I'm saying, for the shoot.
Yeah.
What you think about this? You know what I'm saying? Woo, wham. When it was time to put out the, you know what I'm saying, record, like they would share, you know what I'm saying, the product. Like my video's not whack, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll share it and promote it, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So like it's a
shout out to both of them.
You know what I mean?
Shout out for real.
Because at the end of the day, it's your work.
Yeah.
So why would you not share it?
Exactly.
It's my work. It ends up being. I just feel like if we want to push
And
the
film legends too. Shout out to
film legends as well. Shout out both my dogs. But it just ends up being. I don't know, man. I don't get it. It's just all this information.
I think because music is emotion, and from my experience, so I also don't have that experience really either. Like I've been able to reach out to, as big a names as A-Verb, Hitman, B-Magic, and Work, and ask like not necessarily personal questions, but talk about the project. Go back and forth with stuff. I think I almost offended Avert one time because I said something about him having a New York style on a particular verse, saying New York. Yeah, that was stupid. My bad. Yeah, my bad. That was stupid as soon as it came out of my mouth. But just kind of looking from the inside to see what's going on around me, it's really just like people feel like they do kind of borrow styles. Like you see a lot of accusation of people like
I definitely
full styles down to the lyrics.
I get that. I'm more so like, if we just being frank, music is a business. At the end of the day, and it ends up being, if you mix heavy emotion with business, a lot of times you have a tragedy that happens.
Yeah.
And it's like 90% of the people here don't do business. They just get in their feelings about stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so much business that could happen. Even with our show getting flat. I did one thing. I got it with me. I pull out one wig. And then the city on fire. It ends up being king of controversy or whatever. It ends up being, if I were to say right now, Donald Trump is president, do I get in trouble for saying stuff that everybody already knows? Or can Google? Or anything like that? It ends up being we got flack off of bringing up news that was public, everything like that. Me personally, I don't care. But it ends up being, we almost stopped LCL because of it. What ended up happening is, I think what happens a lot of times, we focus so much on the negative instead of the positive. It was like 10 people bitching about what happened. It was like 100 people saying how much they glad we doing the reviews, we glad they doing this, and that. That's what I'm doing if I really don't care. I throw the wig on again. I don't care. Ends up being, if you don't want your business, first off, you don't want your business out there. Don't put it out there.
That's big.
Private it.
That's
That's it. You can't, as much as petty as I am, people can't tell me, unless you know me, you can't tell me anything about my personal life. Because it's not out there. It's not for that. I have a brand. My brand has changed over time because I used to troll my ass off. But it's
Facebook felon right here.
Yeah, it's definitely Facebook felon. But it's like, man, I'm not putting out shit that people can talk about, because if we get hired, let's say we get big. Let's say anybody gets on. You get on TMZ, what the fuck happens? Immediately it's out there. TMZ and they don't put out stuff that wasn't shown.
They investigate.
You're not investigating. It's on my timeline.
They gonna show text messages and like where you was at.
Shade.
You're gonna get pictures, not knowing that people was taking pictures. It's like all this. It ends up being so much emotion in that. Even with on that episode, which is our most viewed episode of LTL because of the wig, we were doing album reviews. Even with that, artists were getting mad because it's like we had questions for artists with the music. And I remember this because it was Dub. Dub got mad. Dub got super mad out of nowhere because we were like, I don't understand how you go from gangster to political. And it's just a question. We're literally talking about your album being #1 or like top 3 albums of the year last year. You skipped all that. You literally went straight to, oh, they questioning my album, this, and that. It's not that. Ends up being, ain't nobody coming for you. We're trying to help. We actually gave you even more publicity for the album. Like, we're talking about it with like 50 people on the thing. So it's so much.
He was in the comments.
If he's in the comments,
so he's technically on the show.
You're on the show, participating, and we're talking about your album, and we asking questions. You got mad. Start making diss tracks. What for? I don't get it. It's just too much emotion on that side. It's business. We literally gave you free marketing for your album. And then you did. That's like you putting out a diss track for your A&R. Like, nigga, you marketed my album. I don't get it. It don't make sense.
Well, when I talked to him about it, he was just like, what's wrong with me being talking gangster and then going political?
Nobody said anything was wrong with it. We asked why you did it because we didn't understand. It ends up being this. a lot of albums, if you think about some of the greatest albums you've heard, like some of the greatest pieces of work you've heard, usually it's either like a curve or it's pretty linear. Mm-hmm. When you go from gangster to political, it kind of bumps it up and down. So it's like we were confused. We're literally confused. I'm like, we never said anything wrong with it. It was confusing because it's like one track is this, the next track is not. And then even on pop tracks, it was kind of up and down, but it wasn't as extreme as Dove's was in that case. So it's like nobody's dissing you on that. We asked why. If you would have came back and been like, oh, it's 2 parts of me, like his rant after that was, it's 2 parts of me, this and that, y'all would never understand. No, we were trying to get an understanding. Yeah. But people don't look past the surface, even with me. I talk my shit, but it's like everything I do, anything, my business, from the business I do to just me in general, anything I do is for everybody else. Yeah. Them care packages was just off the whim. I started off, I'm like, hey, if anybody wants to donate, cool. I'm spending the last little bread I got because people need that, hands down. Ends up being people overlook that, and that, well, people won't even take the chance to even figure that out about me. They'll instantly go to the wig. It ends up being that. And it's like,
what's the whole thing about the wig?
The wig was me in the spinning chair. Okay, so I did a segment called The Mess, which is literally just damn near TMZ. Ends up being, I think it was Bates and Courtney had their falling out, and then Lethal and Corey Black had their falling out. All of this completely public, which you can't be mad about. Public stuff being put out there.
Lethal and Corey were dating?
No. They weren't
going back and forth on Twitter
and Facebook.
It was super
public. It jumped social media.
Okay. Everybody knew about it.
Everybody knew about it.
That's it. Well, except for Bo.
Except for Bo. Again, you be busy. Yeah. So with that, and then everybody know the Bates Courtney thing. It ends up being both of those are out there. Like I've seen them up and down my timeline. Yeah. This isn't something that I just went in like snuck and tried to figure out.
Texted.
Yeah. I did a news segment and some catchy lines I don't remember. Oh, like the Courtney did the baby switch, like little catchy little lines, like just some petty TMZ type shit. And it ended up being people were like tagging 1,000,001 of their friends and being like, bro, y'all see this? And it's like, we discussed it. We all gave our opinions on those situations. And then the rest was that album review. Mm-hmm. It's like, we talked about it for a second because we felt in certain situations, you handle certain stuff different ways. And we all had a different opinion on it. Because we talking music business, if you have a team and then you turn around and that team does something like Courtney did, that's something that you have to talk about in the music scene. It happens. Yeah. The shit happens. Yeah. While it was a page with like 100 fans or whatever, it happens. People will take stuff and do you dirty. Mm-hmm. We have to talk about that. That's business.
And when you mix business with pleasure, that's a risk. Yeah. I was on the fence about the situation because obviously, I'm friends with a lot of people that was involved in those situations. So here's where I thought, putting myself in their shoes, where I felt like where they were coming from. And I don't know if I ever asked y'all this. Did y'all reach out to them before y'all did that segment? Okay. So here's my personal opinion on how I feel like how it blew up could have got, nipped in the bud, is if y'all would have reached out. Because if y'all kind of patterning the show or that segment based off like a TMZ or something that's less focused on the music directly, but the behind the scenes type things, they'll usually at the end of that say, have a piece from that person and say, and Lethal specifically, I think she mentioned, don't quote me because that was 8 months ago now at this point. But I think she said something along the lines of like, nobody asked me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think Bates said something like that too. 100%. So it's like, if that was me, if that was my situation, if y'all would have ripped, and for one, definitely to get on the other side of the fence, I feel where y'all coming from. It's out there. Yeah. If we're Hollywood, if we supposed to be up here, like if you gotta act how you know what I'm saying, dress for the job you want, and in my mind I'm Hollywood, then absolutely I know every single syllable I tweet is gonna get ate up instantly. So I wouldn't even say no shit like that. Some things are unavoidable. Again, when you mix business with pleasure, you're gonna have a situation like, where the group did belong to one, and then the bait and switch thing happens. So some people are going to get drawn into certain aspects of it, but you want to do some damage control and keep that to a minimum.
With me, it's just TMZ threw up that Kobe was dead before anybody knew Kobe was dead.
Yeah.
It ends up being
that situation got talked about.
It's media. When it comes to media is not always going to be like. I personally love media because it's an aspect, kind of control. It's kind of whoever controls the point of view, the narrative, has control over the whole thing. So it ends up being a lot of times we like to blame the media, like social media is in the media and this and that. Everybody has their opinions. If you're not looking for people's opinions, don't put it out there. It's as simple as that. There's three things that's gonna come from me. I am petty, I sip penny, and I do good business. Hands down. So I'm gonna be petty when it comes to those type of things. Personally, I don't care. We had to do the switch as a group. We voted and decided we were gonna do a switch. But me, I would have did the mess every week because it ends up being you gotta be ready for that. If you can't be ready for that, you're not ready to go anywhere. I'm ready for that. I'm gonna put my shit out there. I'm ready for that.
But is there really being petty, or just?
In my opinion, no.
In
my opinion, no.
I feel like y'all didn't really put much opinion into it. Y'all just regurgitated what y'all saw.
Regurgitated what we saw, and then we gave opinions on how it should have been handled and everything like that. But we were just talking from a business mindset. Like if you took Bates and Courtney name completely out of it
and said,
if this happens, if party A does this to party B, what do you believe? People's names, they start getting emotional. They stop thinking business. Stop thinking brand. Your brand A, does this to brand B. It's that simple. Ends up being
that approach sounds like STL versus everybody approach to it. So the way that y'all did it was a very like y'all way of doing it. So you got to put your personality in it too.
100%.
So like I said, I definitely I was on the fence looking at both sides trying to see. I think the only thing that for y'all that I would have done different is I would have reached out to them before the show and be like, hey, we talking about it. I'm not asking for your permission to talk about it because you already put it out there. It's out there. So we talking about it. Is there anything that obviously we're not Twitter, we're not Facebook, so we're not going to be showing them all the ins and outs of everything. We're going to be summarizing, and you know what I'm saying. So is there anything that you want to add to that? Anything that you want to touch on? Anything that you explicitly explicitly don't want us to mention. You know what I'm saying? Things like, you may have deleted that, you may have talked to your mama and she said, hey, maybe that was too far, blah, 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 you want to take things like that. And then even still, we might still mention it and say, she said this, she deleted it. We'd be in fact-based. That would have been the only thing that I would have added. So that way they have an opportunity to say, well, if you're going to talk about it, let me come on there. Or if you're going to talk about it, you know what I'm saying, make sure y'all know this piece of background, maybe that wasn't part of the tweet, the rant that you saw. Just give you a little more context so you see where I'm coming from. And I feel like some of them being upset was the fact that they didn't, you know what I'm saying, another argument that I think I saw was that it was no longer their platform and people, and I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but they're saying that I'm saying this to my platform, and then when you take it to your platform, that's beyond where I was trying to take it to. But to come back on this side of the fence, I would say that's part of social media.
That's definitely social media.
That's part of whether you're an artist or not, whether you're a brand or not, you just Joe Schmo. Whatever you say, it can reach the other side of the world, and that's on you.
That's this game we're in.
I mean, with that whole situation, we don't really talk about that. We don't talk about other people unless they're on the show. Then we ask them. We got two totally different ways that we, do our show.
It's a good yin and yang though, man. I'm glad
we're definitely two sides of the same coin. It ends up being it was definitely inspired by this because I think I've told you a million times. Like even with this, I literally watch other than like the Zoom meetings because I've been like super busy with stuff. Every interview I've had, I've hopped in. Like I've hopped in, maybe said something in depth, or like watched the whole episode. So I support that. But even with that, it's like even that
we know, even me talking to you, I'm like, I don't agree how y'all handle some media. It feels fluffy a lot of time. So it's like, if I see something and I have a problem with it, I'm not everybody else who's just gonna complain.
Yeah.
I'll make my own version of it. I'll make another platform. I'll do this, and that. Like, even with that, what was it? I don't remember. It was something else where I'm like, I mean, if I'm gonna do it, I'll just do it myself. I'd rather.
And that's
not
that's what you tell people to do. If you don't like it,
if you don't like it, do it yourself. And we did it. The whole point of it. Like, that's the whole thing. Yeah. And it's like,
and
I'm still watch.
Yeah. And it was never, we was never in each other's way. We was never, stepping on each other's toes.
We took Tuesday, Thursday.
We shared our shit. Like, that's how that type of situation is supposed to go, man. I love all of y'all.
Then no matter how many people hate your show, well, got gripes about your show, they're still tuned in.
They're still tuned in.
You
don't watch regardless.
Them your biggest fans.
We get into arguments with Shadow B and Lala every week, but it's like they still gonna be there.
Yeah,
like
we count on it now.
Yeah, we count on it, and it's like it's just one of those things. Yeah, now everybody has to agree, and I think everybody feels like that. Everybody has to be buddy.
Yeah.
We gotta be best friends. Even with the like clicky thing, I don't even get the clicky thing. It ends up being, if you think about hip hop in general, like not even hip hop, if you think about the music industry, it's nothing but big ass cliques. It's corporate cliques.
Yeah.
That dwindle down into cliques within these corporate cliques. Mm-hmm. And people are like, oh, the music game's so clicky. Find your clique. Find one. Yeah. Get your one.
Find several. Get
your one. And then do something with it. Like, I'm gonna ride for mine, and then I'll help out other people. Like, and it doesn't have to be that. I'm not gonna act like it has to be, oh, I'm gonna go out and help other cliques. You don't have to. Like, just being real. It's one of those blame everybody else. Y'all not gonna come over and help me. You're not a part of my priority list. If I prioritize 300 people and they only got room for 5, sound like a good 294 getting left because I'm going with. Yeah. So it's like, I don't, you can click up, y'all can be cordial with everybody else, other cliques, everything like that, but you can't click up and be fine. It has to be something that you understand and accept. Yeah. People bitch and moan about the clicky thing, and it's like, do the clicks stop your streams? Like, do we sit in these clicks like, no, bro, don't listen to Tomo. Don't do that, bro. And then that stops you from getting, like, how many people in y'all click for y'all to think that it's stopping your streams, it's not putting no views on your videos, because most of these videos out here with all these people talking stuff got like 100 views. So it's like, you blaming that on the clickiness of this? It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
And like they'll overlook actually doing business. Like, even I know talking, cause Retro, shout out Retro.
Shout out to Retro.
He took a lot to change, cause the last click he was in kind of had him. They talk a lot of dumb shit, just being honest. And it's not logical business wise. Mm-hmm. Like, this weird idea that if you put ads on your videos, it's a problem. Like, what do you think happens when you get signed? Do you think they not put money behind your stuff?
If you put it on YouTube and enable ads?
Enable
or
ads.
Like, put it within the video?
No, if you put ads within the video, or you put money behind your YouTube as an ad for other videos. Or if you go on Facebook and take your video and make it an ad. Yeah. Or like ad promotion behind it. Putting money behind your music. What ends up happening, people say, oh, them fake streams, bro. You buying your streams. It's not buying streams. I'm hitting a demographic that I can't
like
hit
Facebook,
naturally.
Literally, you have to pick, like, my Facebook page has 2,000 followers. If I make a post right now, it's going to reach 2 of them.
Exactly.
You have to pay.
You have to pay
to reach your own fans.
Exactly.
There's no way around it.
So even your own fans or fans outside of that. Because let's say your demographic's not St. Louis, like we talked about earlier, which most people that need to be in this game, which is definitely minuscule. A lot of them, maybe your demographic is Atlanta. How is it going to hit Atlanta if you sitting there like, bro, I'm just sitting waiting. These views gonna come, bro. Like, and then you weird about putting money behind it and stuff like that. You gotta put money into your craft, because when you get up there, they're going to put money into your craft. And a lot of money. Like, if you're not trying to put in all you got for that, you just, well, I'm about this studio time, which you looking for deals for, most people.
Yeah.
You get these videos, which as a videographer, I know for a fact, always trying to get deals, and they show money in the videos. The producer, you trying to get deals on beats, and then you turn around and you like, all this money that you save not paying the full price for anything, you're not putting nothing into your ads.
Yeah.
You're not putting anything in the marketing. You literally just tag 100 people and go about
And
your
expect
business.
us to work for free.
And it don't make sense.
Yeah.
It just don't make sense at all. Yeah, people don't, and I wanna change that. So even with that, I forgot to bring it up. I am doing a marketing subscription service.
Okay.
So how it'll work is any artist that wants to build their brand up, just in general, I will put in the same work I do for Nando, the same work I do for Tomo, the same work I do for like Retro, the same work I'm about to do for Jay because he just joined into it.
Let me say this real quick, give some people some context. So those of y'all who are familiar with Nando is like 90 years old when it comes to technology, social media, and all that stuff. So if you feel like Nando is doing a very good job promoting this stuff, that's really this guy. Like Nando.
Hey, I'm definitely right now the machine behind my boy.
Yeah.
But like even with that, I'm in everything when it comes to him. So when I talk about a lot of people, well, a few people will Dick Rod Nando. It ends up being I'm in literally everything he's doing. Like I'm promoting, I'm sending the emails to the people we sending them to. I'm finding ways that we can market this and that. I'm making the album covers. I'm making I'm making it all. So it ends up being, yeah, man, I know about this branding shit. Like I know about marketing and shit. Like
you can definitely coach
a lot.
This man for that.
So it's like, and yes, he is a literal 60-year-old man when it comes to technology.
Man, videos going on IG sideways.
You feel me? He definitely like what was it? It was a square video. Sent it into the group, and I'm like, all right, Nando, here your video. He's like, how come it's not taking up the full screen? And I'm like, Nando, it's just a square. Like that's it. It's full screen right now on your phone. It's like, man, it's not full screen. Nando, it's a square. It ends up being that. But not even outside of that. It's great head. It's great minds just think alike with that. So he'll pitch an idea. I'm already on it. I'll pitch an idea. He's already on it. So we always had that back and forth. And then we disagree all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like we disagreed about something promoting his show, hitting people up on like YouTube or something like that on his show. It's like we will bump heads, we'll go back and forth, but it's a well-oiled machine, and we keep on moving forward. And I don't want to be one of those people in the and then what category, because I hate that. A lot of people talk about, oh, I was this and that back in my day, and it's like, and then what? Like it makes no sense that I've been in this a minuscule amount of time. And a lot of people were trying to who claim they did all this and that, and you've been in here 15, 20, 10, whatever years, and it's like we on the same pedestal right now. And it's like I'm gonna go, and if you ask mine, then what? You can even we can just go off. We can even go off this Nando timeline. It'll be like sold hella tickets at the pop show with Bass, and then what? Got 5 Slumlord nominations, and then what? Had a very successful listening party, and then what? Drop Bamboo did 250,000 in streams, and then what? Sold out the old Rock House in August 22nd, and then what? And then people gonna see the and then what? And it's gonna keep on stacking. It's not gonna be and then what? We looking 10 years from now like, man, we sold out the old Rock House back in 2020. Boy, we've been best show, boy. I tell you, I hate that, and it sucks to see it, and I see it so much. It's like I can't be talking. I even hate people who talk about high school now. I'm only 24. I hate hearing people talk about high school now like it's the glory days. Yeah. I'm trying to live glory days now. I want billions. I don't even want millions. I want billions. Yeah. Niggas want to go to Pops and Red Flag every weekend till they 50. I'm good.
That's the dream for some.
I'm good. It's oversaturated. But no, marketing.
We gonna hold on. So we gonna get to marketing after we take this break. So we gonna go into a break and then we'll
play some music.
Let's play some music.
And then real quick, man. Let's get back into playing y'all music, man. So make sure y'all send this stuff to STLVSERRBODY. That's STL versus everybody at gmail.com. Please let it be original music. Don't send mixtape stuff over somebody else's beats, over industry beats. Please send an MP3. One of my good friends sent a zip file, and it's just, we working on phones, bro. But we made it work. So we're gonna get you in there. Please make sure you have the title of the song, the artist name, and social media information. Please try not to forward an email that's been through 10 other people's hands. So from the time you get the email from the studio and you send it to this person, that person, and that person, that person, when I get the email, or when one of us gets the email, I don't want to have to scroll for 3 minutes to get to the bottom to get to the file. Just make me feel special. Send me the file.
Y'all know Cool Petty, man. So like just
I just like being efficient.
Just do what you
Sound like you need to wait.
After the break.
After the break.
Follow us on
social media, STL versus everybody on
Yeah, you got
IG,
that.
Facebook. Follow Local Radio STL on
Twitter.
IG, Facebook.
Follow RabSoPetty on all, literally any platform. RabSoPetty.
Okay, you guys are off.
Cool.
What
I got the music on for you.
You said what?
What music?
I don't know what you playing first. When you get
I got Rest of My Life.
okay,
Who song
is that playing?
Yeah, it's playing. I'm gonna put it up on there for you guys. Hold up.
Okay, cool. The mic. He said the mic first. Then you said the mic first.
No. Yeah. No, I have a one where you didn't use it.
I can do right, make you get to my level. I wake 'em up while I sleep with the metal. This is the end that you speak of the devil. These are the things you don't need to know rebel. I see the enemy, I'm keeping it level. Snakes wanna eat me, they pop on the level. They say that we like the pots in the ghetto. They came to steal us, the dollars and bread. Until you know I'm more than this fake. Let you keep building 'cause I don't accept it. So I let them sit in the middle. I wait for places most powerful visit. I told her privacy, nobody listen. I still make mama whenever she told me to play. Take the heat, stay her conversation. I hope it's not for my open window. My fortune told me my thing would end there. Miracle raper and killer her prison. Just made her church, we indulge in the time. Put up a fight, don't just put up a fist. Everybody you couldn't come good. Knowing that when you step foot on the dirt, if it wasn't for blackness, it wouldn't exist. Our revolution ain't televised. This is not the dirty civil rights movement. This is not the day the Lord has made. If it was a hooligans, a ride away. Say I want your chest, I'm a queen. You don't wanna smile like a weed, better tell a cop I show him sleep. Better tell a cop I show him sleep. Reach out to my part asylum.
Let me see if I can get it real quick.
You think
Researching myself.
I should bring that because in the plug-in, I got an adapter so the plug into the charger. The phone is fully charged. It should last 2 hours.
Hands on the clock, keep moving. Try to rewind your life. It's so useless. Sun up to sundown. God called the king, yeah, that's the sundown. Come from the heart of church, so much words, always nerves. Charting verbs, walking nerves just to calm my nerves. It's time is up, my time is now. Like you call it time now, still beside you out. I'm supposed to on TikTok, as the clock ticks. Moving down 6 blocks in my waist, swing blocks. Hit spots, then lick shots, it's big blocks. They think blocks and ditch cops to pitch rocks. But time is an illusion in me. You gotta sacrifice to win, but losing is free. It's a race against time, my nigga, we still running. I jerk off with the hour hand, my time is coming. Like sitting here staring at the hands on the clock. Time passing, I need my hands on the clock. Shouldn't be touching numbers like the hands on the clock. In the way I got my hands on the clock. Sitting here staring at the hands on the clock. Time passing, I need my hands on the clock. Shouldn't be touching numbers like the hands on the clock. In the way I got my hands on the clock. Got time on my side, I ride till it's over. Folded pics in my sock, a penny ruler. So I infiltrate the game, we gotta win. Big clocks in my living room, I'm grandfathered in. You washed up, so when will you bastards learn? You had your turn, now it's time to crash and burn. You know what you gonna say, you say you alone. You know how the game is played, you came where I'm from. That's why you never catch me without the vessel. Time on my hands, we reaching a higher level. Some of your homies been hit with the metal wrong. The gunshots rhythm sounding like a metronome. I took the metro home, dealing with the stress alone. Gazing at my enemies as beef, let it know. History repeats itself, it's not an end. Time travel, took off at 9 land, it's not again. Sitting here staring at the hands on the clock. Time passing, I need my hands on the clock. Shouldn't be touching numbers like the hands on the clock. If you in the way, I got my hands on the clock. Sitting here staring at the hands on the clock. Time passing, I need my hands on the clock. Shouldn't be touching numbers like the hands on the clock. If you in the way, I got my hands on the clock.
Look, what's more dangerous than a pistol from a cop? Before I lay my head on my pillow, I talk to God. I asked him for guidance cause I didn't know a lot. Made a meal from crumbs, sometimes a little was a lot. All I had was $1 drink, fishing in a plot. And made sacrifices just to get us to the top. Made my first 10, invest my riches in the stock. Trigger pull, bullets playing tennis with the ops. Yo, read my bosses and break the hardest. Had to wait some options and take some losses to make us lost. Y'all played the office. I took risk and I made a fortune. There's water on my wrist and enough drip to train the dolphins. Look, my ex nigga make me cautious. I got my money up the left and now he say I'm toxic. I wake up floss and ebony skin made from chocolate. 40 bands I made from talking that I make some August. That
Sitting here staring at the hands on the clock. Time passing, I need my hands on the clock. Shouldn't be touching numbers like the hands on the clock. If you in the way, I got my hands on the clock. Sitting here staring at the hands on the clock. Time passing, I need my hands on the clock. Shouldn't be touching numbers like the hands on the clock. If you in the way, I got my hands on the clock.
2, 1.
Yeah, we are back. Those were new joints from Bates, True on the Track.
Produced by True on the Track, yeah.
And then my dude Rec Riddles, he just dropped a new project that came out, man. Shout out to Rec.
Yes, sir.
Dope ass rapper.
Slash producer.
Incredible producer.
Yeah. Two of the best in it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something else about the music, man, but yeah, just send the music, and yeah, we still here with the homie Rab.
Well, I almost said a quick stop or pop. Anyway,
I meant to put the wig on too.
yeah, you know, people. But no, talking about the marketing, which we
let's
left off on
talk
right
about
there.
that, 'cause, marketing is very important for artists.
Definitely,
It's more important than the music these days.
It has to be.
Yeah.
If you don't have a business side, you have nothing. And it's not even just marketing. It's just making sure. I'll just call it brand building, because if you don't build your brand, you really can't do anything. We know McDonald's, we know the Golden Arches. If you don't have your Golden Arches together, it's just not gonna work out. So what I'm doing with my brand building is, for this, it is $300 a month. What you get from that is literally everything I do for the artists I do them for now, which is photo shoots, video promos, cover art, all of that, flyers if you need them. Me personally, I will figure out what demographic you need to be aiming towards. Yeah. We'll put some bread into ads. So obviously you're gonna have more than $300. Have like $350. I can do that. But we'll put money into ads and try to make sure you're hitting the right demographics. We'll build you up. We'll get you on some music blogs. We'll send you to music blogs. Try to get you on some Spotify playlists. All of that, man. We are literally, I'm looking to build brands for sure. Yeah. A lot of people, what ends up happening. Now, when I say video promos, I don't mean music video. I'm still charging outside for music video. Yeah. That's not happening. But the rest of everything, strictly promo. Like 30-second promo videos, very easy to do. I can put something together. I put together the Retro Champ teaser for his project coming out, which FYI drops 7/24. So the 24th of next month. It is crazy. It's going to do numbers for sure. Like, even just speaking of building, I can speak on just over the previous year. Just to throw accolades to show that I can do this, and 300 is honestly way less than I should charge, but it is what it is. Speaking on just retro, right now with him having FYI drop next month, in the current moment, he's en route to hit 500 pre-sales just for the album itself. Mm-hmm. Last year when he dropped Backlash, we barely got 500 streams. Mm-hmm. So it's like we're on our way there already. Yeah. People haven't even heard the album yet and they're already ready to stream it. Yeah. Tomo, which we just got news about today, Tomo is now sponsored by Hellfire Radio, which has like 20,000 people following it. And he's their sponsor, so when they start doing tours and they do events, he's flying out to wherever he needs to go. He's gonna be, all his music videos are gonna be featured on there, everything like that. And then again, last year we weren't doing anything like that, and his project isn't dropping until the fall. So it's like we're making moves like that now, and that's just those two over the course of the year. Lord have mercy has done numbers. Lord have mercy got 20,000 streams or something like that. Like,
no, that's Tom.
That's Retro. Retro got like 20,000 streams on Lord have mercy. Nando.
Cover art.
Yeah, I did the cover art for Lord have mercy. I didn't do it for FY. I definitely have used it to make sure we got some great things.
Which shop with this, man?
Definitely. Yeah, I did the merch for Retro earlier. We set up his website yesterday. I'm setting up websites. We're building brands. We're making sure that your brand stays on point. Mm-hmm. Teaching etiquette, man, because etiquette is a huge thing. Yeah. While I will post some funny, petty stuff a lot of times, people don't realize it is a lot of etiquette that comes behind it. And not posting shit that you don't want to be blasted. Stuff like that. Just that type of etiquette. Making sure you're on point with your etiquette, your brand building, everything like that. What else? Shit.
Pause right there. So you know, you mentioned artists. I've been kind of on this this campaign lately, telling producers that y'all need to treat this the same way that the artists do. One thing that I feel like the artists that, you know, what I tell the producers is, y'all really are in charge of music right now. Y'all really are. Between the artist's brand and the producer, the music that comes from the producer, that's the music we get. We get this persona, and then we get the actual instrumentation that we hear. And those two things are what's driving music right now, all genres. So for it pains me to see producers carrying a lot of the weight right now and not getting any credit for it. The same thing with the videographers, like y'all mentioned. So videographers is easy. Make reels. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Promote yourself. Because we see situations where the artist isn't really giving you credit and bringing you along for the ride.
But even with the artist not giving them credit, the videographers and producers gotta promote themselves too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So don't rely on the artist. Don't make a video for an artist, and don't make a beat for an artist and expect when they put it out to have you know what I'm saying, have their name and y'all name the same size on the marquee. It's not gonna happen. We know this now. So as a videographer, very easy. I see film legends do it all the time. Yearly reels, quarterly reels. This is the work that I have done. Just in case that motherfucker didn't say nothing about it, I did that. And y'all doing more than music videos. Y'all doing commercials, weddings. You know what I'm saying? Just videos in general. And then producers, the same thing. Y'all know this has been a thing for years that artists are not putting y'all name the same size as theirs when it comes to if y'all get mentioned at all. So don't rely on that. Make reels. These are some of the people that I've produced for. Make sure y'all get involved with stuff like Fresh Produce, STL Expos, Producer Expos. Anything that y'all can get into, placements. There's man, I listen to all I listen to all day while I'm at work is a lo-fi YouTube station, the one with the little girl with the cat. And everybody know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Send your shit, man. I know plenty of producers from right here that could be on that playlist easily. I hear the same songs every day. There's plenty of room for y'all. Y'all can
even making those playlists, like you can
make your own.
Make those.
Make your own. You can have your own play. Like it's very easy to. Bo's mentioned it a couple times when I did my own lo-fi station. That well, it wasn't lo-fi, it was lu-fi because it wasn't lo-fi sound, but it was all St. Louis things. And it's very easy to operate a stream like that, 24 hours. And if I was a producer, I would have had
beats right.
I would have never heard the same
I don't
beat twice a
understand
day.
why a lot of producers don't do like beat reels. It don't make sense not to. Like just have and when it's so dope to me that you can literally just take like GIFs and literally throw them on there and easy video for like producers and
Naruto clips,
literally
video game like
Them shits be getting hundreds of thousands of views.
y'all need to hit up somebody like Ali Versus and you know what I'm saying, while he's doing gaming streams and y'all music playing in the background. Shout out to him because he does
tutorials of you making beats, like showing people how to make beats,
stay
chop
present,
samples and like all that stuff. Man.
Stay present. But another thing, so a couple of the like personal one-on-one conversations that I've had with producers is the thing with producers is a lot of them don't want to they want the music to speak for itself. So they don't want their face to be seen and all that, and they cover, you know what I'm saying, and all that. But y'all gotta kind of approach this the same way that the artists do. So definitely everything that Rab is talking about, pay attention to that, take advantage of that, and you know what I'm saying, get your face seen, get promo, get all that as for you as the producer. Don't rely on the artist to do that for you. Don't sit and wait for placements for commercials and video games and movie scores and stuff. All that stuff is great. That's the end game. But don't sit and do nothing while you're waiting on that. Get at this man and get some promos.
Is just one part of it.
Build your brand.
Literally one part of it. Even making sure your paperwork's together. That's another thing. And hit on that. The business, making sure your paperwork's together. I don't want you
for nothing if that ain't.
It's like it's even worse, I think, on the producer side, because it's like BeatStars will make you the most just generic contract in the world. You need to actually sit down and see, what do I want producer credit wise? What do I want this wise? You need to figure what you want out, hands down. And even the artists need to make sure that paperwork is together. Ain't no way that you should be dropping an album with 25 songs and you got 9 songs registered on ASCAP.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Bro,
you need to make sure that your business is together before.
It's artists and producers who don't even have publishing.
Exactly.
Like
BMI free.
It's crazy.
BMI is free. Like if you don't want to pay the 50, what is it, 50 for ASCAP?
Yeah.
If you don't want to pay the 50, lifetime for ASCAP. BMI.
So
for BMI songwriter, for songwriter, but publishing is 50, But I'm just like artists. If you just want songwriter publishing, it's free. It's a piece of paperwork. Just not having none done. And when you do that, actually make sure your paperwork's together before you drop the album. Makes no sense not to.
See, but it's things like this that, to us seem basic because it's so long ago, in our timelines, that new artists don't even think to do. They see TikTok videos and think, oh, I'll just give my TikTok video 1 million views and I'm good to go. I'll get discovered and everything happens magically from there. So younger people, or not even necessarily younger, but less experienced people, because it's older guys and girls that have been doing this 10 years, 15 years, and they.
I'll be honest, there's a lot of people been doing it 10, 15 years who still ain't wrong, who still, for some reason, don't put their stuff together, their paperwork is still trash.
Yeah.
It ends up being, if you're in this 10 years and you don't if you don't register your stuff through ASCAP, BMI, whatever you got, you don't get your publishing right, and you've been in this 10 years, what have you been doing for 10 years?
Hobby.
It's
Just a hobby.
And I respect you for saying it's a hobby.
Yeah.
That is fine.
Yeah.
Just say it's a hobby. You not. And when people come in like me, who I'm like, I'm built for this, I'm doing this, hands down, I'm putting my best foot forward. And you do something like that, again, you put out album, 25 songs, you got 9 songs in general on your ASCAP or something like that. It ends up being, if you've been in this game for 10 plus years, first off, I know you got more than 9 songs. Secondly, I know that a lot of times they do. But I know you should have had this. You should have been doing something. Like what do? You literally go to the studio, kick it with your boys, go to the video shoot, kick it with your boys, and then sit back and tag all your boys and they boys in the status. So I'm not trying to have people do that. I want what I have isn't free game just because I gotta put a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
I'll tell people what they need to do. That's no problem.
Yeah.
You need to make
You
sure
want me to do it,
but you
for
want
you,
me
not
to
you
do
pay
it.
me.
If you want, we pay for convenience. I'm giving you convenience on that because I'm gonna look into it. I've literally just gave free game being like, you need to figure out your demographic. Yeah. It's easy to figure out demographic. You put out an ad and see who is looking and who's watching, who fucks with the music.
Who's engaged.
But it ends up being, people don't want to put all time into that. So that's not free. But I give out free game anyway. I hate the mindset of, man, no, if you want that knowledge, you're going to have to pay. Most of the stuff you even think you know, which you don't, I can just look on YouTube for free. What you even said when we were on break is the main reason why when the STL versus Everybody group first started, I didn't want to be a part of it because it felt like a lot of people were hoarding information that they honestly,
But you didn't come up with it.
You didn't. First off, you didn't come up with it, and you're not where I want to be. Like it's not like a lot of people. There's people making. I believe in St. Louis there are some people who do music full time. 100%. Yeah. But it's not like you making more than I made it like Charter. Like you're not in the shoes any artist I know would want to be in. Yeah. So what are you hoarding? What ends up being the case is a lot of these people who hoard this information are afraid that you'll get that information and you'll do something with it. Or you'll figure out what the problem was and what you got stuck here with even having that information. You have to, at that point, you have to look at yourself and be like, bruh, I did something wrong. People hate
But to me, that seems like an investment. Like if I got stuck right here and I had all this knowledge that got me to here and I just couldn't, for whatever reason, I couldn't get past that level. And if Bo come up and say, man, blah, 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 let me see how you got here. Well, this is everything that I did to get right here. And then I watch Bo do that, and then whatever other experiences Bo got, and they get some here, then I'm like, damn, Bo, remember when I fuck with your boy? And then I now, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get that.
Feels like I don't see why I personally don't see why I would hoard any information from another person.
But it's
especially if I'm that dude, if I'm that good, everybody feel like they're the best rapper in the world. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason you're doing it. If you don't feel like that, you don't have proper motivation then it's a hobby. That's hobby shit. So if I'm that good, it don't matter what I tell the next person. He ain't gonna be better than me.
Exactly.
So what do I have to lose?
It's exactly why
we build relationships like that.
Even when like brand new photographers coming in, I will give you literally everything I did from the start of me getting my first camera when I decided I wanted to do it to what I did now. Yeah. Because end of the day,
you're not me.
You're not me. So I'm gonna do something ridiculous that you probably would have never thought to do. Yeah. But it's like you'll get up there and you'll probably be where I just was. I'm somewhere else now. Yeah. So it's like people are afraid to have to look at themselves and be like, bruh, maybe I'm the problem. It ends up being that. So it's like you don't want to see people go ahead. I'll be fine seeing somebody go ahead. That'll be like, So I know I told you to do this. What else did you do? Because I got stuck here. Oh, bro, I just did this. All right, cool. I'm on the way. It's that type of thing.
You win awards and shit. That's a shout out.
It's like it's that easy. It's like we had an analogy to when the group chat first started. We had an analogy. It was that it feels like it's so many of these people who claim they want this game, and just imagine a highway. Just imagine a huge highway. So everybody on 70.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody and their mama is on 70.
Yeah.
And it's like
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, everybody on 70. And then you just watching, and more people just hopping on 70, and you like, bro, do I really gotta go this way? Like, they're not going nowhere. Traffic is stopped.
Yeah.
And that's literally the hip hop scene here. It's like, fault that my stuff ain't going. We gonna go perform in Pops. We gonna perform in Food Bar. That's it.
Yeah.
And everybody on 64. Everybody on 70. I'm gonna take 64, and I'm gonna take the way around, and I'm gonna make it where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take whoever in the car with me. Hey, bro, hop in the car with me. They tripping. They got this traffic. I'm gonna hop on 64.
Might take longer.
It might take a little bit longer. It might not even take longer. Yeah. Honestly, it might take too long for 70 because 70 not moving.
Yeah.
I'm moving. It's going to be longer than I thought the trip was going to be. But when I got home, they still in traffic.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be on 64. So.
And to add to that, something else we just talked about recently, when you get all the way up to the front and figure out why traffic was so backed up, it'd be one person, one or two people who stuck right there like, nah, I'm next.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what you doing right now? Well, I'm doing these things that's got me right here. Well, while you doing that, can you
slide past?
Scoot up and say, no, y'all gotta wait.
No.
Because I'm next. So y'all can't be next because I'm next.
No, that don't make
And
sense.
you just holding up the whole
I'm
seat.
just at 64. Y'all can fight on 70. I really don't care. I don't.
It's a good analogy though.
It is. It's just I'm not willing to put my skills and my shit on the side to watch people who just complain about nothing. A lot of people complain about nothing and then don't put in the same amount of work. It just ends up being I'm gonna go elsewhere. I'm gonna hop on 64 and drive my ass wherever I need to go. I might come back. I'll swoop back on 70 and be like, hey y'all, 64 worked.
Yeah.
Niggas don't listen at that point, and I done already made it home.
Yeah.
You just gonna be stuck on 70, and it's up there. We at the point where
I'll send a carrot
you
back
can
to you.
drown. We let niggas drown. You will drown. We don't care. It ends up being if you don't hop on, because it's too much. It makes no sense the amount of this flack and like weirdo beef that just comes out of nowhere. It's like, okay, I'm just not gonna deal with anybody. It's cool.
I get that. I get that. Yeah, I want to withdraw, into my shell here and there just because it gets hectic.
It does.
Yeah. Egos and personalities, man. That's not why most of us got into it. Most of us got into it because we make great art and we want people to hear it. We never imagined having to have to compete with other people. I'm telling my story. You're not even telling the same story. What we fighting for?
Not even the same sound.
Yeah.
So what can we expect for LTL once it comes back on?
So what we're doing with LTL when it comes back, we're gonna start the ads up like ASAP. We're gonna be aiming towards different cities, just in the underground scene. So I know we're starting in Chicago, putting all ads into Chicago, so that they can. We're using the free music review for the most part, just because people love music reviews and they love other people hearing their music, this and that. So we're gonna promote LTL in like Chicago, Atlanta, those places. We're starting in Chicago. Then when we have those episodes, we're still gonna talk about the things we talk about, the music scene, what we can do. Because even when people hop in, we start thinking about stuff and people start having other knowledge that we didn't have. Yeah. It's like we can definitely use that. And it's that big conversation. And then with that, we're still going to be playing St. Louis music because they're the first people who hopped on our stuff. Right. We're going to be playing the Chicago music if we're there, but we're also going to make sure we get the St. Louis music.
St. Louis love.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that we can still market our people while going out and making our names known in like this underground scene in general. And just letting it be known that we have knowledge. If you're willing to listen, you might learn something, or we might learn something about each other. And it's like we just want to take that from. That's why we stopped it from being Let's Talk Local, because we wanted it to be more.
Yeah.
Especially after all the flack and all this and that. I'd rather we can still show love like we were for the people who were the positive people who were happy about the stuff we did.
Yeah.
Everybody else can drown. We can take this. We can go to each state and everything, and we can do that. So we're aiming to be back Tuesday. If not Tuesday, it'll be the Tuesday after. But we're definitely gonna be doing a lot. Then we're also we're starting a music blog. So with that, we want it to be that you can, if they Google your name and you're not in blogs, a lot of times Spotify curators and all that will go right past you.
Yep.
So it's like we want to be the starter for you to be like, hey, you got a release coming, hit us up, pay a little fee. You get your music written about in our blog. It'll be in your Google. You Google Lil Tinky. You Google Lil Tinky. What happens is Lil Tinky has a album, The Biggest Tink, coming out, and the biggest Tink coming out in the next year.
Any resemblance is purely coincidental.
You know.
No shade on Latino.
You know, no shade at all. But yeah, and then you can have that in your resume of, hey, I've been on these blogs.
Yeah.
Other blogs will see it and begin to be like, hey, he was on that one. Let's do this. And we
Hey,
also
I
have
some
Spotify.
clicks. I want some of them clicks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it ends up being the Spotify. We also started the Spotify playlist,
Mhm.
which we continue to add on to, so that you can hop on and create a Spotify playlist. So
Yeah.
when the blog goes up, and let's say we end up getting a few thousand people who listen to or follow the playlist, you get those listens and you get those streams, and then people are adding you to their playlist, telling their friends about you, this and that. So yeah, all of that.
Shout out to Tomo. I think he said he's on 6 playlists right now. Is that the
Yeah.
number?
We hit him.
Six national.
Yeah, he on 6 national playlists right now.
Yeah.
Now you was telling me a while ago that Tomo had a video that went viral.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
he
the
got
dedication video.
Yeah, Victoria, the live performance. When we first put that out, it hit 100,000 in like 2-3 weeks, and now it's at like, I think it's at like 200,000. Shout out to Tomo for that. Again, another thing. This time last year didn't have something like that. Even Nando, Nando is damn near at 200,000 on our side right now. And Retro next. We about to get Retro.
Let's go, Retro.
He about to do his Lord Have Mercy video, which is going to go crazy.
You shooting?
I'm not shooting. Ibanez is. Shout out, since we talk about film legends, shout out Matt. Shout out JT Ibanez. Those are my boys. I can't stand Ibanez because he always put out good work. But those are my boys. But yeah, even with them, even talking about the giving knowledge thing, Matt and Ibanez were both like, bro, I'll be honest, if you want to even save money in general, you do videos, you can rent the cameras we use for this and that. And they were like running down prices, the lenses they use and everything. It's like that. It should be that all around.
Matt is a hard worker. And,
yes.
and he gets his shit done like
Both
Quick.
of them.
quick.
I
Shout
rock
out,
with
shout
them.
out to Matt, man.
Shout out to Max.
Shout
Shout
out to
out
Matt,
Ibanez, both of them.
Shout out to William Archetype. Shout out to Lou Tribe. Like,
Shout out Lou Tribe, for sure.
Yeah.
Lou Tribe is a marketing genius. I will throw this out there now. Lou Tribe Jig is a marketing genius.
Yeah,
And
he
people don't peep it all the time. But I see you.
Yeah.
No, I see you. Because you are a marketing genius.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do a time check right quick.
Great job.
Okay. So let's get a couple more songs. We got my homie Image Nose got a song, and Stefan Arkell got a song. So let's get into those, and then we get a couple closing final thoughts from the homie Rab.
I got you.
Real quick before we do that. So this marketing hub
Yeah.
that you putting together, what's the name of it?
We're working on names, man. This is the
That's
first
important.
It definitely is. I'll probably have something within the next week.
Okay.
But this is just the first announcement of it, because
Yeah.
it's been something we've been working on this past like 3-4 weeks. Because after Jay Alzier hit me up, I'm like, bro, I need to like actually figure this out. Like, if I'm gonna do this, I need to make sure it's a well-oiled machine. Like,
Yeah.
it worked 3 times. I
Yeah.
need it to work 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 100.
So definitely gonna. There's 600 times. I need every artist to come through to see growth. So it's like,
Okay.
name is probably the only thing we don't got. Everything else, it's definitely well oiled and we're ready to go. But I got you. This time, by next Thursday, the name will be out. Big flyer, logo, all that.
Cool.
It'll be crazy.
Let us know. All right, let's get into these songs. We'll be right back. Follow us. STL versus everybody.
Boom, you're on.
They got water anywhere around here.
Water.
You got some water in that fridge? KG?
No, I don't have the fridge anymore. Yeah, sorry.
Tomorrow ain't promise, but we don't think about it. In the hood playing Tetris, cause we stacking bodies. Inside peanut butter, call it Reese's Pieces. Where I'm from, they just kill you, they don't need a reason. Best rapper alive, fuck who don't believe it. Who
I got a beard, but
Lord, please forgive me for my ways, cause I've been thinking with this knife that I should split them Johnny Cage. Call me Kels the zookeeper, yeah, these bitches know my name. I heard fucking with these cougars that like niggas that's my age. I do it all for something, never do for nothing. And my whole team special like we did the punting. In the all-white coupe, I'm sitting in the onion. Leg shot, knee injured like the Barnes cousins. You niggas can't fuck with me, but I can fuck your girl and make her come for me. Remember that, Weezy and baby paying homage. Remember that, chopper full of shells make an omelet. This shit back. Summer on the way, summer on the way. Summer on the way, summer on the way.
This shit, she said it's a hat day, because y'all all wearing hats.
These niggas in the way, these bitches in the way. You won't say give a fuck, they don't give a fuck today.
We can't all get whipped up like that.
I know. Can't walk it up to the office. I didn't know who it was. I came down the steps and looked like he about to sell something to me.
New niggas, I hate y'all. Coop ball, black by the pool. That's an 8 ball. Push the store, see no key. We call it Ray Charles. Silencer, gun no
No, it is. That's what I thought. No, it's just playing,
pin and pad, the
I
right
just did it on it, like,
bitches play
I guess
games,
it
no
went
Xbox
silent
and Sonic Fox. I'm old school.
No, I didn't look. That would've been a minute song. It's a loop.
Logan and Kirk Franklin, the quiet stop. I'm in Dubai in a minute.
Nah, it's only been playing for a minute and 50
They
seconds.
keep the clutch like 98. This Michael shot. This guy's will, no jaded.
2 minutes and 20. It's only been playing 2 minutes and 20
Say
seconds.
fuck the wave, the title dropped. You niggas can't fuck with me, but I can fuck your girl and make her come for me. Remember that. Weezy F baby paying homage. Remember that. Chopper full of shells make a omelet. This shit will back. Summer on the way, summer on the way. Summer on the way, summer on the way. These niggas in the way, these bitches in the way. You hosting give a fuck, they don't give a fuck today. Summer on the way, summer on the way. Summer on the way, summer on the way.
Yeah.
These niggas in the way, these bitches in the way. You hosting give a fuck, they don't give a fuck today.
That video was hell to edit, man. I'm not even gonna lie. That video was just hell. No, it was so my computer starts spazzing for some reason when I was editing the video. And like I was ready, and like she had just passed, so I'm already fucked up. So I'm in there balling. My computer and my homie really, she had passed, and that's the song. She had passed like a week and a half. Yeah. So she had passed like a week and a half before he had to perform. So he had to start working on the song. And I'm like, this video needs to drop tomorrow. The day after we shot, I'm like, it has to drop tomorrow. And the computer started freezing, it started crashing. It restarted like 4 times. I didn't finish till like 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, honestly, it was just so much that went into it. But it came out perfect. And when it did the numbers again, it was just like, it made everything work.
Not better? It's still lit up online and just. You want to go live? You want to go live?
We honestly don't.
Feel like I'm losing my brain. Somebody help me, I'm going insane. Taking the time to consider my options. Driving up under this rain. I won't try to make me a dime.
Because we're all
I'm really a scholar.
like 2 talk every day. So we found out like this night that it happened, everybody
feel like I was an impossible way to my demon computer and see me up tired of running, I'm firing, telling them down. With a thunderous sound, jumping the weekend up under the ground. Sick of this shit and so we fighting back. I don't want to be with us putting us down. So I can break a neck to sleep, but I'm falling. Know that I'm putting my all in. Now I'm into my calling. The opportunity knocking, even if it's only two of me rocking. God, I know I got it.
seriously, that first month of that April, everybody came. I'm like, oh, this shit is serious.
I think I caught it in February.
I caught it in December. I was sick for like 3 weeks and just dying. Like I couldn't get rid of it. I had bad fever. I was coughing my ass off. I knew I had it. Well, I didn't know at the time. But looking back, I'm like, yeah, I definitely had it. I ain't never been that sick.
Oh, my bad. I had to switch it out.
Hectic like a broken record, floating like a drove a boat and wrecked it. Memories start to flip like bird when they feeling disrespected. Lighten up, let the ways of the world come and lighten us. It's as if you forgot that the sky was a building and title.
The next week, this corner will be right. And then when we put the carpet, none of the wires will be all under the carpet.
This fortune favors the brave. See how they follow the path you paved. Figure and make, singing out the one they receive the price of praise. Knowing that negative energy, bring a level to get the shovel enemy. Infinity complimentary, in the coldest overloading your century. Hope you feel this put back at the dispensary. Have a precedent to the distance of the leaving a legacy at like a centuries. Like a spark in the dark, the intensity light.
Partly because the phone's right there. So when we have the mic on the table, and we need that way. So it'll be muffled, but it won't be recorded.
Yeah, and the mic that I got, I mean, you guys can use your mic, but the mic I got connects right into your,
But when I got to plug into this phone,
oh, okay, gotcha.
Next week I got something. I'll just touch down real quick.
talk about real experiences.
Hey, I know.
We can do some smash call outs.
Hey, I definitely. Man, I'm not. After yesterday, no, man. No, I got my
We on?
friends.
Yes, sir.
All right, we back. All right, y'all. It's right now 8:45. The temperature is probably 80 something, and traffic should be light.
Hopefully, like, you asked last few things.
Yeah.
Next week, on the 30th, I am having a literal just photo day. So if you need anything done, I'm booked out the studio from 8 to 8. I'm doing $50, 30-minute sessions.
Okay.
You get plenty of photos back. Usually I do a 15 photo, you get 15 color corrected images, and then you get 3 full edits. So they still do that. What is that? Tuesday the 30th.
Next Tuesday. The 30th.
Next Tuesday the 30th.
Okay.
I'll be doing again that all day. So if you want to book,
So what time?
now,
So midnight?
8 to 8.
8 to 8.
8
Okay.
a.m. to 8 p.m. So I'll be there all day. I'll probably be there after because knowing people that will wait until like 9 o'clock
Yeah,
to find
get there
each
at
other. You know,
Hey,
like,
you know that's a dope thing that like videographers and photographers do. Like they do be throwing deals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for y'all, because if you was in Cali, like his
Boy.
prices would be, you know what I'm saying, insane.
Exactly.
Insane.
So like, you know, like you
For
did
the
it.
50 ball?
You
They had some of that.
50 ball. Freddie Mac did it. Luke Tribe did it when he, you know, first got his, you know what I'm saying, Black Magic camera. You know what I'm saying? William Archetype, Calvin, and all these guys be throwing deals. Y'all just need to hop on.
You gotta catch the deal.
How many outfits?
As many as you can fit in 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
You young 30
a shirt a minute.
If
Boom,
you got
boom, boom.
boom, then you good.
Okay. Is that green screen or what's the?
No, so I'm switching up
White,
backdrops. I'm gonna have, it's gonna be 4 different backdrops to choose from because we got the whole backdrop pull up, pull down thing, pulley system.
Okay, like a
so
cruise.
yeah.
Okay.
So we gonna you end up telling me what backdrop you want. I'm gonna have 4 up, so you got 4 to choose from. I'm choosing. I'll probably
have the
color
backdrops available prior to that for us to see, because like if I'm, you know, that way I can coordinate.
I mean,
So I
yeah,
need to see the
for
backdrops.
sure. I'm literally gonna take pictures of the literal colors I have up, so people know I'm gonna definitely do black and white. Easiest colors to do.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing like 2, maybe like a red or a blue or something like that.
Okay.
Now,
And then,
will they know that prior to them getting
yeah,
there?
and they
Because,
can
like,
literally
once
let me
you-
know,
once
hey,
you there, does it
what
start?
exactly? Once you're there, you come in. You'll book time. So
Yeah.
let's say you decide, oh, I want 8 to 8:30. You got between that 8 and 8:30.
Yeah.
That is it.
So you show the 801, that's you already.
You already
Well,
messing
sorry.
up. What ends up happening a lot of times with shoots, people do show up like late and stuff like that, but it's not that. If I don't have a shoot after that, I might give you a little bit more time to catch up with the time you missed, but most likely not. I'm definitely going to push this 30-minute joint. Yeah, I'm doing that. Other than that, you said bread shout outs. Yeah, man, we thought the reason why I know the concert is going to go crazy, because even at the house we throw events, which we throw house parties, just regular kickbacks. We just threw a barbecue for Juneteenth, and I've had more than 100 people in my house before.
Yeah.
At an event, I have. I'm not gonna act like I haven't. But it's been that many people. It's been literally like everybody touching wall to wall in my house. So it's like I know for a fact, bringing out enough people to fill up a concert venue is
A
gonna
place
be
that it can comfortably hold.
hold that many people. Definitely gonna do that. So again, pull up August 22nd, Nando STL, still the show.
Yep.
Themed for a reason. You guys will definitely see. We got plenty more stuff coming out. Again, Strings, Concert Black, Tomo, BB, Nando STL, and the org all together. It's gonna go crazy. That's not something.
Y'all got VIP. Y'all got meet and greet.
So we don't. It's general population. So just general admission. You come in. Tickets right now they're $20, but you throw in promo code Nando STL and you got $15 ticket.
Get that discount.
Get that discount.
Hey, just
Get that discount.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to pay the $20, by all means, do. But promo code Nando STL. You put that in. You got $15 ticket. Don't miss it. We really don't want to miss it. I was just at Nando rehearsal yesterday. They going crazy. Tomo bringing out all the stops. I know Strings just posted that concert, that video concert he did. A lot of that is gonna be in his set for our show. BB goes crazy. You just don't want to miss it.
Is Nando gonna wear a suit similar to what he had at the Slumfest Awards?
So the suit with the turtleneck? Yeah. No. But what we do bring out for his concert.
Hey, Tomo said don't forget about his promo code too. My bad.
Anywho, what we do have planned for Nando for the show is definitely gonna be crazy, and it's definitely probably the most St. Louis you've ever seen. It's homage to St. Louis.
Okay.
Homage to throwback St. Louis for sure. It's gonna be super
Red hot Riplets onesie.
Oh wow! No, I wish.
Oaktown jerseys.
Yeah. If you rock with baseball, you're gonna rock with it. I promise.
Okay.
It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna actually have merch available at the show, but it's an exclusive, so we're waiting for it, man.
Okay.
We're definitely waiting for it.
So y'all gotta make sure y'all in attendance to get that exclusive.
We
You know what
definitely.
I mean?
Yeah. Hey, so how much time we got? We got some time to be us a little bit. Cool. All right, so let's talk Smash.
Oh God.
Because Smash Brothers. So a post recently went up. You know, we just talking. You know, just chill mode, local. It's a lot of gaming talk that goes around St. Louis, and Tomo's the self-proclaimed
number one king of Smash in St. Louis.
Smash
Not,
Brothers, right?
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers. He is cold, and he definitely can claim that. He likes to toy with people when he playing Smash, and it's so bad. He will not play online because even me, I don't like online.
It's just a whole different experience.
It's a completely different experience. It's not even the same game.
It really ain't.
You're just sitting there tapping buttons that's not going and shit.
Yeah.
But we might pull a Gerald. We might pull a Notch real quick. We might grab that belt and put it on the line.
I saw Big Lou say something about trying to host a game.
Man, Big Lou not trying to see anybody in because he plays Storm and he plays Mortal Kombat and I think he plays one more thing. Big Lou not trying to see nobody. Tekken. I think it's Tekken.
He trying to see.
Big Lou ain't trying to see nobody.
I think we did you get smashed by Ali?
No. So look, with that, I beat him hella times prior to the filming. And he beat me on
film.
So what we say is you won the friendlies.
You did.
Those don't really.
They don't. They mean.
Once the camera on,
even if it's like 10 of them.
Nah.
It don't.
Friendlies is friendly.
Here's the thing: if we having practice rounds and you've been whooping ass, but we get into the tournament and
you fell for the trap.
Yeah.
You gave him all that data, and then when the camera came on, he was like, "Yeah, I got something for you." Yeah. That's all. He was just studying during that time. He fell for that.
No, his nephew hurt my feelings and made me put the game down. He did.
Hey man, I feel bad. Like if we weren't blood related, then I would feel like a simp putting him out there like that. But my nephew cold, bro. He's cold smash. So any fight, like this dude is a fucking genius, bro. Like, and I don't want to talk about him too much because he's not from St. Louis, so that kind of defeats the purpose of the show. But the kid is like an actual literal genius. Like he graduated from high school and college at the same time. Like he had the graduations were back to back, days back to back. So the dude just fucking is smart. Like he will go into your iPhone right now and put Mortal Kombat 12 on it. So when he does fighting games, like he's got a hitbox in his brain that you don't see, and he know how to do all the code.
Definitely
shit.
is.
The
bro.
shit cheating.
He was whooping my ass with shit before I even could press buttons, and I'm just like, this man is a genius. What is going on?
And I'm telling you, like people get like, man, who's this main? The motherfucker will play with anybody. He won't use his main.
My main and whoop my ass,
and then he disrespect
his ass.
That guy, he don't use the main.
You'll never see the main. Because you got to get through, Smash got, 80 characters? Like, literally 80 characters? You're going to have to see all 79 before you see his main. He's not going to bring them out. Even in tournaments. Like, dude wins tournaments on a regular. But, yeah, anyway, I would put money on him versus anybody. And he with all the smoke, too. I'll create the room and just sit back and watch. But in the spirit of keeping things local, Big Lou was talking about, Big Lou a couple times has called out. I've seen J Money mention that too. Of course, Ollie's with it. And that's something that there was a Slum Fest or some event where Eli and Kid Sensei was trying, had the we was at 2820 Cherokee.
It was Blank Space.
No, it was 20. It was the other. Not Blank Space.
They had something at Blank Space were upstairs.
That was just the event, but we had an event that was like performances and all that, and then upstairs or an arcade. It was called Arcade upstairs, and they had the TV set up where everybody could get in and get that smoke. Man,
that was the last big event.
Yeah.
Cause they were selling shirts and all that shit.
Yeah, we definitely get into. Man, I just show up because I'm casual trash.
Somebody tell
somebody
tell Big Lou to make it happen because Big Lou talk a lot of stuff.
Somebody tag Big Lou right now because my phone on 0.5%. I don't even know how it showed me that. But somebody tag Big Lou right now, tell him let's get it popping.
Man, while we at it, somebody tag Rabu and tell him you probably gonna have to make show of the year and award at Slum Fest next year. Because y'all not ready, man. But
okay.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a lot of craziness for the rest of the year. After that, we gonna flip around, do retro show after Nando's some months after, because FYI about to drop.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be crazy because we just gonna keep it going. Man. It's a lot to go.
I'm proud of
y'all. It's like retro show, man. I hope he does what I think that he's gonna do.
if you thinking what I know I'm planning on doing, then yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, no, we definitely doing a lot, man.
That's what's up.
Doing a lot.
I'm really proud of y'all, man. Like the whole, like if somebody want to call it a click, then it's a click. But I'm proud of all y'all, man. I be watching intently.
Doing everybody in your circle is doing dope shit.
Yeah.
Plan on keeping it going.
And to echo what he said, because this is something that I watch Rab practice. Don't give too much energy to the naysayers, man. Like I literally watch close friends, dope artists, get placements of their music on platforms that are nice platforms, and we already know that people gonna hate. There's always gonna be somebody that's got something negative to say. But if you got 100 comments on your content, don't, especially if that ain't your platform, somebody else's platform, don't skip over those 99 nice comments saying, man, this shit tight, where is it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting here watching y'all ignore those people asking where to find more from you. And you skip over all that, and then one person saying, man, this shit, this ain't this. It don't even have to be like that derogatory of a comment. It's just like, I ain't really feeling this. I mean, fuck you and your mom. Like, why did you take the time to say that to that person?
It's emotions, man. As I said, it's just emotions. At the end of the day, for some reason, it's the most emotional sport when it doesn't need to be. If you take the emotion out of it, a lot of people will be a lot further than they think. But again, they feelings.
It might be why you stuck.
They sit in the studio.
It might be stuck
with their boys. Go to the video shoots with their boys, and then and
then ask me to share it.
They tag their boys in the post.
Cool.
Boy, I untag myself instantly.
I can do that today.
Like,
it's every day, bro. It's every day. You and 99 people have been untagged. Nope. It's 99 people now because it ain't me.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. So I'm sticking out the emotional side of it. I'm gonna continue to say logical things, feel how you feel about it.
But that's practice.
They'll be alright.
For sure.
They'll be alright.
Well, I don't know about Bo, my phone's finna die, man. It's been a pleasure being back in the studio with you, bro.
Yes, sir.
It's been a pleasure having you here. This
appreciate you for having me.
Actual family. Like obviously this dude this dude also actually family. You know, and I don't say that so that y'all can complain. Like, man, y'all play favorites on who y'all bring up. Next week, next week, I'm just gonna be meeting him for the first time, so ain't no favoritism there.
We got McCollum coming up next week, and we got Trixie coming up the following week.
Yes, sir. So, we're back. We're back at the station. We're back to kind of doing things as normal. Still want to do song battles, man.
Y'all niggas were being scared, man.
That ain't us. That ain't St. Louis.
Yeah, I'm talking.
We got St. Louis lined up,
y'all
man.
Stop being scared.
Y'all got friends. Y'all got cousins. Y'all got old ass uncles that make music in other cities. Tell them we still want the smoke. We still with it. So we don't have nothing lined up for tomorrow.
There's no city fucking with our music. Bro.
It's really not. But it's gonna take the other cities to prove us wrong. Because until they do, that's a true statement. So as of right now, we don't have anything lined up for tomorrow, Friday. Hopefully we have enough time to get something set up for y'all next Friday. Of course, we'll be back. So we're back every Thursday here, 7 to 9. Follow us, STL versus everybody. And Sunday we'll still continue to do the STL Producer Expo. So we'll have that coming up this coming Sunday. And one more time, man, shout out to Rab. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on any social media platform at RabSoPetty. It's the same thing everywhere. All my shit is one thing.
That's how you're supposed to do it. Don't be RabSoPetty here and there. Rab might be petty over
there.
Yeah, Rab a little bit petty over
no,
here.
we
make it easy to find.
One band, one sound. So you can find me on anything. Shout out everybody. Shout out LTL. Shout out everybody watching.
Next Tuesday, right?
Next
Tuesday, what time?
Next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We go down. We'll be doing it. We'll do the live music reviews and a little bit of support for anybody trying to do music.
How do people submit music for the reviews?
For the reviews, you can email us at letstalklocallive@gmail.com.
Tom, we'll put all this in the comments on the video right now.
Throw it in the comments and then
tag the page and put the email in there. Thank you, sir.
Follow us so we can we'll definitely be back either next Tuesday. I'll be making an announcement. Monday if we're back next Tuesday or the Tuesday after. Just keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Cool. All right, y'all. We out.
Peace.
All right.
It's that awkward part where Bo has to come turn the camera off
and shit.